Hey, what's up, you guys? This is the leading lady, Miss QT Style, coming at you once again. Welcome to my channel where I'm leading the way in fashion, beauty, and non-candy coated talk. And this video was suggested or requested by my girl, my little sis, the baddest chick or baddest chick. Her name is Latoya, and she wanted me to do a video, or she asked had I ever did a video, a non-candy coated talk video about can people that are in relationships be friends with the opposite sex. I'm sorry, I had to read it to make sure I was reading the way she asked it. So I ran home to do this video because it's a subject that I've dealt with before when I was in a relationship, on both sides. Boyfriend of mine had a lot of female friends, and I had a few guy friends, and it became a problem. So to answer the question, I think it's possible for you to be in a relationship and be friends with the opposite sex with limitations. Okay, and when I say that, I say it because, like, for instance, say right now I'm single, so I have about 3 good guy friends, and they're just friends that I'm real cool with. I mean, we used to hang out, when I worked with them or whatever. We would go to lunch together, what have you. It's not like I see them every day, but they're my friends. I've went to them for male advice. They've came to me for female advice, when they're going through stuff with maybe their girlfriends or whatever, and vice versa. So, but if today or tomorrow I get involved in a relationship with someone, I will limit my contact with those male friends. And my male friends understand that, because when they're in relationships, I limit the contact because I don't want no drama. I don't want their girlfriends thinking that I want them or anything like that. So as long as your friend understands that if you're in a relationship, the friendship, it's not over, but you have to limit, the hanging out, the calling and stuff. Where it becomes a problem is if one of the friends or the friend, say, like I said, if I get in a relationship and my boyfriend has this female friend that he had before he met me, long as she knows to play her position and stay in her place, I'm cool with it. Where it will become a problem at is if he always go to her with our business, telling her our business. If he's always, on the phone with her, or if he has a problem or something, he goes to her. Things that he needs to be coming to me as his girlfriend with. If he's going to her with that, that's where it becomes a problem. So that's why I say you can be friends with the opposite. Oh my God. With the opposite sex, but with moderation or limitations. And it depends on the person you're in a relationship with. Where also there's a problem, and for me, it would be if he has multiple girls that's his friends, or vice versa. I mean, I wouldn't expect any guy, if I get with, in a relationship with him, to like the fact that I got 10, 11 male friends that I talk to on a regular basis. No, that right there would throw up red flags in his head. And so therefore, if he had a lot of female friends, it would throw up red flags, because the first thing I would think is these are ex-girlfriends, okay? And who knows if they're not trying to rekindle the flame or doing some little sideline stuff. So that's where the problem would come in at. So I say that I think that it's possible to be friends with the opposite sex, but with limitations if you're in a relationship. Also, if you're a guy and you have a female friend that you're really cool with, it may be innocent, it may be somebody you grew up with, because to be honest with you, I know that I make friends better with dudes than I do with girls, because with females sometimes they come to hating, and I just make friends better with guys. I have female friends, but on norm, I make friends better with guys. So if you're a guy and you have a female friend, and then you get involved with this girl, you better make sure that that female friend now becomes the both of you guys friends, okay? Meaning that when you want to hang out, or if you and this other girl go hang out, then you need to bring your girlfriend with you. And if your friend have a man, she needs to bring her man with her. That's another thing where it would be a problem for me at, is if this female friend is single. That would throw a flag up in my head, okay? Especially if my man is fine and look good, then, I'm going to always be, she'll be suspect to me, because I know females and I know how they are. And a lot of times you may start out, this may be your man's friend, as long as he don't have no woman. But the minute he get a woman, that's when that friend gonna start seeing him different and gonna want him. You ever heard that where, I hear guys say a lot of times when they single, they probably couldn't get too much play. But as soon as he gets a girlfriend, that's when all the women in the hood or around the neighborhood or people that knew him or women that he tried to get with want him. So I would be thinking that that friend, in my mind, maybe it's just me, I don't know. But in my mind, I would be thinking, yeah, she want him. Yeah, she want him now. And, and the main thing he probably would be saying is like, oh, no, that's my girl. That's my homegirl. We've been homegirls forever. But then I would tell him, look, I know women, and a lot of women sometimes don't want men until they got somebody else. I don't understand and don't know why they think like that, because I know I want my own. I don't want nobody else, man. But that would throw a flag up in my head. Okay, so in my opinion, I, again, do think it's possible to be friends with limitations with the opposite sex if you're in a relationship. But that friend better become both our friends, because I'm always me. And see, I'm doing a video, so I'm thinking of me, and I know how I am. I'm going to always suspect something, especially if he's always hanging out with her, or if he's feeling down or whatever, he talking to her instead of me. Oh, no, there's a problem. And same thing, with if I had if I was in a relationship and had a male friend that I always go to instead of going to my man, I wouldn't blame him if he had an issue with it. So I do believe it's possible with the limitations. But if it's more than one female friend and that's all he has, that's a no-no. If you're in a relationship, then them friends should understand to stay back. You're in a relationship with this woman now, and that's where your attention needs to be. Vice versa, same thing with the female. If you have a lot of male friends, you might want to tell your male friends, look, we still cool and stuff, but I'm in a relationship now, so things change. I can't be hanging out with y'all. I can't be calling y'all. You can't be calling me in the middle of the night, texting me or whatever, because I'm in a relationship. So to me, it's called respect. When you're in a relationship, things change. It's different when you're single. But when you become involved, you have to compromise on some things, and that would be one of them. If you have a lot of female friends, if you're a guy, or if you're a girl and have a lot of male friends, once you're in that relationship, I'm not saying in your friendship, but it would be limited. Or if you must hang out with that person, like I said, bring your mate. Bring your mate with you. It won't be no going hang out with Shanika and Trinidra at home and y'all going bowling. Hell to the no, because I'm going to. Or you're not going, or you're not going to be in a relationship with me. I would say go ahead with Shanika. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a subject. I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying this, but I don't know if I would, if my boyfriend is like really, really tight with this female, it would always be in my head that it's a possibility that these two will mess around. And that's just me. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio or because I'm always just thinking suspect, but it would be in the back of my head. I'm not saying I'll be sitting there and be really worrying about her 24/7, but I'm not stupid. I wouldn't be caught slipping thinking, oh, that's his friend, he ain't gonna do nothing. Nah, it's always a possibility, okay? And for the fellas, it's always a possibility too that your woman, this might happen. That's just my opinion. Some people may think differently, thinking that people can just be innocently friends. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody that's friends with the opposite sex is messing with them, but it's always a possibility. Therefore, you should limit your contact with your friend if you're in a relationship or, again, together. So that's my opinion on that topic. I could go on and on. I'm already at 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop it. I may do a part 2 on this because I thought this was a great topic. Thank you, Baddest Chick, for suggesting it. Like I said, I may do a part 2 because there's some, I might want to give a little scenario or story about this. So thank you for suggesting it, and that's my opinion on it, okay? And it's a wrap.